Hi guys, School here. We're back, some Trucking Diaries. Episode 25 already, oh my god. Indeed. How tired are we? Episode 25. Wow. Some people are wondering if this series had ended, just because I hadn't posted a video for, well, at least a week, I think. There was a lot of other stuff to do. There was Bus Simulator coming out, and, you know, various bits and pieces. And I'm now on Windows 10, so that knocked out almost 2 days. Reinstalling stuff. But yeah, other than that, it's been a fairly smooth upgrade. Complete reinstallation of everything. Now, we're back. Where are we? We're in Ely, if I remember. Yes, we are in Ely. We came from LA, was it? I think it was LA. We drove from LA up to Ely with a pressure tank, if I remember. And our guy is desperately tired. What time of day is it? 7 PM. Okay, it's not so bad. Let's have a quick look at the money situation. Just to refresh our memory here. We've got a huge amounts of loans going on, which is not good. We owe about 470. Almost $500,000 is owed to the bank, which is pretty scary. That's costing us $7,600 per day. Let's have a look at the driver situation here. So we're pulling in 10, which is obviously... If we have a clean run without any fines, then we can pay the bills. If we start getting fines, we might break even. So the profit relies on this. So we're in a bit of a gamble situation here. We need these guys to really start pulling the weight very quickly. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little sleep, and then we'll try and find a nice little job. Oh, incidentally, I have installed an MHA map, and... the MHA map is more of an enhancement map. It doesn't really add anything that new. You may notice McDermit, Battle Mountain, and Wells. These are... I hesitate to use the word cities. The kind of stuff that was already here, but MHA has kind of reworked some of these areas and then given them names. So at some point we'll try and visit those things. He's also reworked a lot of these corridors along here. It's kind of hard to spot what he's done because, you know... He doesn't really provide before and after screenshots. It's up to us to kind of spot the difference. But I have seen some of the stuff up here in McDermit. It's quite nice. It's more of an enhancement thing. There is a Hawaii map out, but I decided not to use it because it's a copy and paste of cities from the default map, which is a bit dull. There's also a coast-to-coast map, which goes all the way down to Boston. But again, I'm not going to bother with that because it's just a really long road. That's all it is. I can, you know, but there is another, I think there's a project where it goes north into Canada, I think, so I'm keeping my eye on that. Obviously, we're looking for Arizona to come out, and that's going to give us some new drivable content, and I have dropped a couple of trailer maps in there, trailer mods in there to try and give us some extra trailers to haul. But let's start off by resting. Let's go to sleep. It's 5 AM, it's a beautiful time of day to start our trucking, and let's have a look at what's in the market. Over in Ely. Okay, what have we got? We've got petrol, which is obviously a normal thingy. A ventilation shaft, there you go. Got a ventilation shaft. Not done that one, have we yet? All the construction houses, I don't think. We've not done. I was hoping for a... Because I've got like a water tank. You see that water tank there? I was hoping for that one to come up. But that's a little bit of a drive away. And given our money situation, I think we're going to have to go straight in there with the petrol. Which is a 570-mile drive, but it pays 15 grand, so it's worth doing. We can smash it down through Nevada, and then work our way up into San Rafael. And then San Rafael, if we're lucky, we can get one of these water tankers haul in. So let's do that. Let's take the big money. Battle Mountain's the alternative. Pressure tank. Another pressure tank. We just brought a pressure tank here. It's almost like we're being asked to now take it all the way up to... Oh, we didn't want it, Squirrel. I know we asked you to bring it, but can you just take it up to Battle Mountain because they need it more than us? It only pays 6k. It's quite a short run. I don't know if there are... Actually, there are delivery points. Oh, look. So he has actually added pickup and delivery points here. Which we can't get yet because we've not got them unlocked. It's the same up in Hornbrook. And even down in El Centro, so there is some discovery that needs to be done. So given that situation, let's take the pressure tank, go up to Ely, unlock whatever's at Ely. We could even take a small drive, a deliberate drive up to McDermit. Let's do that. Let's go to Battle Mountain. At the very least we can have a look around, and it will also unlock whatever's there. That delivery pickup point's there. Let's get in the cab. Reset the old track IR. How much fuel have we got? Okay, we are over halfway on fuel, and the truck is looking like it's got a bit of wear and tear. It's not desperate yet, but we need to keep our eye on things. Okay, second gear. Let's switch that over to show the speed. Try not to wake up anybody that's still in bed. Hitting the road at 5 AM, that, I mean, you know, I dare say that the hotel breakfast area is probably not even open at that point. They usually sort of kick off around 6, don't they? That means as a driver you've got to get up and have your breakfast, unless you eat on the road, I guess. And also get a shower, and then hit the road at 5 o'clock. So, nice timing. Let's try 4th. So yeah, a bit of an early start. But that's the life of a trucker, right? Still locked in at 30. I believe they made some, They kind of tuned the way the police works in this game. I'm not sure if they made them less frequent, but they certainly made them slightly less harsh. I think the fining is now scaled for a kickoff. But I think they also ignore you a certain percentage of times. They don't always, like, on, you know, 100% book you for any minor transgressions. Very chromy. I want that trailer though. Right, where's this pressure tank? Is it left? It is, it's over there, look. Well, the brakes are a bit sensitive. This truck is very lightweight. It's only a day truck, and when there's no trailer on the back, the brakes are just like, touch the brakes, boom, stop. I should probably go for a... Actually, just thinking about this, I wonder if the Logitech Profiler allows for non-linear curve settings. Because what I could perhaps do, because I do this in Flight Sim, I change the curves so that when you start to apply, it just, you know, applies a small amount, and then gradually it increases as you put your foot down. It kind of increases in a curve, so it goes. The more you put your foot down, the more pressure it applies. Very useful so that you can just touch the brakes and get a light amount of braking. I might have to have a look at that. I don't believe I saw it in the Logitech Gaming Profiler, but I'll double check. You can definitely do it with Flight Sim controls. Rudder pedals and that kind of thing. It's absolutely essential. Just perfect for the minor adjustments that you need to make. There we go. Deja vu! Pressure tanker. And we've now got a pressure tanker. That's better. Truck doesn't feel right until you've got some weight on the back. It's crazy. Plaster and Sons. Sounds like a family business. Okay. All clear that side. All clear this side. Let's get on the road. Let's earn some dough. Do you know what? I wonder if we could actually... How long is this job due to take? I was just wondering if... Oh, get there Tuesday, 10 AM to 4:30 PM. I was wondering if we could actually get it there before the bank takes the money. Because it's only a short hop. I was wondering if we're going to get payday. But it is a little bit too long by the look of it. I don't think we're going to hit these lights. Would be nice to have traffic sensors at this point. Oh no. We actually got lucky. Beautiful. Nail House Motel Casino. Wow, we have done so well with those lights. How often does that happen? Okay, I'm going to speed up. I know we're not outside the city border yet, but there's absolutely nothing on the road. Least of all cops. Yay! Right. 70. We've got a Nevada run, which is perfect. It means we can do it at fairly high speed. And not down in the California lands. Shouldn't take too long. Yeah, I'm being very kind of, you know, careful about what maps we bring into this. I remember the days of Euro Truck Simulator at the start, and it's behaving a lot like American Truck Sim was. Or, sorry, it's behaving a lot like American Truck Simulator is doing, in that we can't find, like, there are not many good modders out there right now for American Truck Simulator. All the best ones are the ones who have decided, who have been doing Euro Truck for a while, and have decided to do American Truck, but it seems at the moment that a lot of Euro Truck modders just want to do Euro Truck. They're not that interested in American Truck. Which means we then have a whole army of American Truck Simulator modders to train up. And what that means is, a lot of the mods that we're getting right now, particularly when it comes to map stuff, is a bit pants. MHA is a veteran of the Euro Truck scene, so that's why I decided to drop in the MHA map, because I know that he knows his stuff. I've seen the American Truck Sim MHA stuff, the European Truck Sim stuff. I was quite happy to drop in the American Truck Sim stuff. But when it comes to looking at maps like, you know, Hawaii, I saw that on Euro Truck Sim quite a bit. When people started to do Brazil and all this kind of thing in European Truck Sim, they just lifted cities. They just lifted content out of the existing map and then dropped them into a different area, relabeled it as a different city name, and then said, look, I've given you new places to drive. And they haven't really given you new places to drive, they've just given you more of the existing stuff connected in different ways and labelled as different cities. And I'm kind of not interested in that. I'm more interested in going to new places, because I like going to cities and looking around and like, oh, what's here, you know, let's explore a bit. If I get there and I'm like, hey, this looks awfully like San Rafael, I'm just thinking, nope, don't want that. But MHA is good, so I've dropped that in. And the East Coast Road all the way to Boston is more of a bit of fun, I think. I mean, I'll keep my eye on it if the author starts to develop that out and flesh it out a bit, and, you know, branch off the road itself, put lots of detail along it, and it's not just a huge road with, you know, cacti and bushes along the way, which I'm certainly not interested in driving just for the sake of it. As interesting as it might be to go coast to coast, I'd still rather do it, you know, with a lot of content on the way, which I don't expect to happen anytime soon. I think that's going to take a long time to do properly, so I will keep my eye on it. Meantime, we've got Arizona to wait for, which I think SCS has now said. What have they said? We're in March now, and I think we're probably looking at May, which is really disappointing and depressing, because I was kind of hoping for that March or April at the latest, so it seems to be taking longer than I hoped. I don't know if there are any problems or they're just taking their time again. Who knows? We shall see. But it's a little bit worrying, because I had hoped that it would show... I'd hoped that SCS would bring out content for ATS at a quicker rate, and it would demonstrate at the very least... It would demonstrate at the very least to us that they have improved the rate at which they can... Let's get fuel over here. That they can build maps. So, you know, if this game came out in... This game came out in February, didn't it? Well, just at the start of Feb, I think it was. And our first map extension, we're looking at May? We're looking at 3 months a state, at least. At least 3 months a state is what they're currently doing now. And let's face it, that's not going to get American done anytime soon, is it? So, yeah, there is that. But maybe, based on the sales of ATS, maybe they've turned around and said, hey, you know what? Let's hire some more map modders now. Let's build America out. Which they may have done, given the sales were pretty good. They sold at least 100,000 copies of this game, which is a lot of money. That's a lot of money, even, you know, for a Czech-based company. It's a huge amount of money. But I don't expect map authors to become productive immediately. Which means there could be a 6 to 9 month ramp-up time before those guys start banging out maps. So maybe things will pick up towards the end of the year. Who knows? Meanwhile, we have to wait for the amateur, I use the word amateur, meaning they're not paid to do it, as in, you know, it's not their job. Gotta wait for the amateur modders to come along and build out America. But again, I think, because a lot of the experienced guys from Eurotruck have not come over, it kind of feels like that's going to be a while as well. So the net result is, I don't expect a huge amount in the way of maps for ATS in 2016. I think it's going to be a bit sluggish in 2016 getting new content for this thing. I think what we'll see is a lot of stuff will be a bit amateurish and rubbish, and not high quality. And we're going to have to wait until next year probably before the rate of it starts to pick up. People learn how to make maps for this thing properly, and we'll start to see some great content, the likes of which we did have, or do have, in Eurotruck. But again, in Eurotruck it took a while. It took about 12 months before we started to see some real top draw stuff. A lot of it was very very crude in the early days, very low quality textures, low quality modelling. It was content. I remember early TSM. TSM was a map that went over into Africa. I remember early TSM, and the quality of it was a bit... you could look at it and you knew if it was SCS or TSM straight away. It was pretty obvious. But then TSM upped their game over time as the authors got experience with the tools and the techniques and all this kind of thing. And in the end, they started to push out pretty good stuff. But I think sadly, TSM has more or less seems to have stopped production. So that's a shame. Are we going over this highway, or are we getting onto it? Can't quite work it out. Oh, Battle Mountain. Crikey, it's here already. Jeez. I forgot. We're on a 1 to 35 ratio in American Truck Sim. I've been playing European Truck Sim recently, and I'll tell you what, it takes a lot longer to get around than it does in American Truck Sim because of that ratio. We're here already. Blimey. Let's go 7. Doesn't like 6 very much. Here we are, Battle Mountain. Let's have a look. Now again, without resorting to looking at Battle Mountain before I put MHA in, it's kind of hard to say. Are we going in here? Okay, that's confusing. It's kind of hard to say. I think we're going in here, aren't we? Do we go that way or this way? It's kind of hard to say what's new here and what's not, but I feel that this bit is very likely to be MHA because this doesn't look like something SCS would do. But I would have to check. Ah. Okay. That's interesting. That's an interesting reverse. Good grief. Can we do a U-turn here? If I was in a long wheelbase Kenny, this would be a massive, massive problem right now. As it stands, I'm going to try and turn around. Because we've only got a short wheelbase, so maybe we can get away with this. Yeah, this could... I think this is probably MHA right here. Let's pop that mirror up. Interesting drop-off point, huh? Yeah, we got it. The yard is just about big enough for a... I think it's the thing is about the day cab is... no, that's wrong. The thing is about the day cab is it behaves a lot more like a European cab over. It's much more manoeuvrable, you know. I've been driving the Kenny W900 and the wheelbase on that is ferociously big. And you get to a place like this and it becomes a very tricky reverse. But even now I'm kind of getting this wrong because I'm used to the W900. There we go. Your brain just kind of... I can't describe it. If you switch around from a short wheelbase to a long wheelbase, reversing becomes more difficult because your expectation of your brain, like the planning side of your brain, is all messed up again. And your brain has to go, oh yeah, it's not one of those, it's one of these, and that's how it behaves, and now I get it. But it takes a little bit for it to switch over. Alright, we're paid 5,600, which is good. Damage 10%, I need to sort that out actually. Let's have a look at the map. So we're here in, what, Battle Mountain. Battle Mountain. Let's take a little drive. No, not that way, thank you. Let's take a little drive around that loop. And then, do we drive up to McDermit? We need to get a repair, but there's actually there's no mechanics in the area. Tell you what, let's cancel that. Let's have a look at the freight market. I was wondering if we... Oh, wow. I was wondering if we happened to have anything that just happened to go here. But it looks like they're all fairly long runs. Winnemucca. Hey! I'll tell you what, let's drive up to McDermit just to see what pickup points we've got. So we'll stick to that plan. We'll go this way and this way. We'll get that... Oh, come on, game. Add new waypoints. There we go. We'll do that. We'll come down here. We'll drive that way. It's a bit scenic, bit of a waste of money, but I really want to get this unlocked. And then we'll have a look and we'll stop here and see what jobs we've got up there. So a bit of a tour drive. Not really good for business, but oops, I just pressed the parking brake button accidentally. Yeah, this is quite an interesting little drop-off, isn't it? It really does look like the back of a yard. I mean, look at that. It looks like a working yard. And I love stuff like that. So we need to do a U-turn. And it has actually unlocked that pickup and delivery point. I wonder if this bit's new or not. Is that new? I don't know. Like I say, the MHA stuff just drops in, but it's a case of playing spot the difference. Unless you come here and look at the area, you wouldn't really know if it's already there. That to the right looks new. That thing. That looks like a new pickup area to me. I suspect those buildings were already there though. '93 casino. There are casinos everywhere. What is it about Nevada and gambling? Is it something to do with the gambling laws, or is it just the fact that Vegas kicked it all off? Or is it just this game? Are there not really that many casinos? I just jump on the highway and then immediately jump back off again. All clear. Get a jet fighter. Blimey, I can actually put my foot down and get something close to that 80 miles per hour limit. Oh, it's not a jet fighter, it's the wind noise on the cab. I've got that sound fix mod, and you get cab wind noise when you go quickly. Presume we're getting off here. There we go. Okay, we've got a right turn here, just to pick up this new road. Good things come from Cisco. Is that meant to be like a play on the word Cisco, the networking company? Okay, this is all standard, I think. Like I say, I don't really know what he's added. On the website, it just shows you screenshots which show the map, and then it's got like these borders drawn around the different roads. Like, I've changed something here, and along here. And you're like, okay, that's great. What did you change? No detail. Bit of text about he enhanced various cities, but nothing in the way of... Oops, slow down. Don't want that. A ticket off that guy. Don't mess with the internet. What was that? Was that like some kind of fake protest? The colours were done almost like a French flag in a way. They had the red, white and blue laid out like a French flag. And then it had like a Wi-Fi symbol. Right, leaving Winnemucca. So this is a bit of a long road. But we can do it at 70, so that's good. I just hope that I can get a job out of here that's quite interesting. Because whatever jobs are here, I'm pretty much going to have to take those. I don't really want to drive all the way back down here. Just to take something else. What is that up there? It looks like a cargo transporter. It's flying quite slowly. Okay, there goes the bank loan. So at least we got paid before that went out. We'll check on our drivers as well, see if they've managed to increase their money any. Need to get those guys up in the 1,500 to 2,000 a day bracket, really. Because right now they're driving around in a 120 grand vehicle. And I'm paying them wages. But I really want to get those bank loans paid off. I also would like to get my W900. It's a beautiful truck. Looking forward to getting that, but I think the priority at the moment is to sort out the financials. I kind of feel like the financial situation is on the edge of a precipice, and we need to pull ourselves back from the edge a bit. So buying a W900 is probably not the greatest idea. There we go. McDermit. Alrighty then. Hello, McDermit. It's just like a small town, isn't it? Little self-contained town. Say Hen... Another casino! What a surprise! Cones, little portable homes, Chinese takeout. Very empty, good grief. Are there any AI vehicles here? It's like a ghost town. There's nobody walking around, there's nobody driving. What the heck is this place? Oh, there's a car. Well, a truck. Right, civilization. Some people do exist here. Oh, hang on. That's a mechanic. Yo! Fix my truck! It's only on 10%. I think 10% is definitely a point where you need to service. $200 thanks to that wonderful insurance. How much does that normally cost me? About 600. Wheels 600? $1,200. Done for 200. I'll take that. Oh, you turned my engine off. Okay. Oh, hello. Hey, is it Kenny? That's what we're after. One day, my truck will grow up to be like you, but not in that hideous colour, okay? Just saying. Nice. Quite a nice little town, this. Okay, so, excuse me. We made it to McDermit. We made it to McDermit. We brought a pressure tank up here. Let's have a quick look at the company situation. Driver. Okay, so that's good. So John is already packing $1,100. That's beautiful. That's exactly what we need. And Valentino is now knocking on the door of 1,000. Look at that. It just reminds me of like a Juice Bigelow kind of photo. Cracks me up. It's just such a pose. Like the one shoulder down pose is just... Oh. Anyway, the point is they're making some money now, which is good. I'm going to leave it there. Then in the next episode, we're going to take a job out of here. And yeah, we'll see what we can do. See if we can bring the money up a bit. That's it from me, guys. Until the next episode, take care. Happy trucking.